At Trywise, the veteran, to Kevin Brown. Zukowski's on that mark. Trywise. And Annan is in. Giannis. Madison coach Tim DeBile was talking before the game. He said he had some tricks up his sleeve. Ways to try to confuse the Chicago offense, but so far, Giannis is on the money.
Knowing what your guy wants to do, which way he's going to cut. There's no substitute for reps.
Giannis with his first touch of the point. He's in the red zone, and he will pick up his third assist of the game. Kurt Gibson.
But, you know, you thought maybe this guy is what they need to break through, and it wasn't that way. It's, you know, it'd be interesting to just see if Kurt has more success.
Nelson trying to get it to Brown, and Kevin Brown in the end to four different receivers. Pardo, Miller, Gibson, and Barker. Deep shot goes up. Colin Camp sending Kevin Brown.
My goodness.
Still, I've heard that it can be gusty here at Benedetti Worley Stadium, but tonight none of those gusts are present.
Kurt Gibson on his horse. Hamstring looks all right.
That was, and you know, I think there is a little bit of a belief boost with Kurt on the field. They think they can beat this team. They think they can beat any team.
Giannis fires over the defense. Perfectly done to Simon Johansson.
I don't even know what to say about that throw. That was crazy.
Here's Camp to Wiseman. Looking long. Tarek Akyuz. He's there. This guy has been a tremendous between being patient and taking your shots.
Well, part of the problem is exactly what we see there. Even if you're patient, Madison is so good at chomping down on those open lanes that you think are open momentarily. In fact, to prepare for this game, Chicago put up a defense that was 8, 9 individuals on the field to try and simulate the absolutely monstrous capability of the defense.
Logan Pruce with the D and the dime. Connecting with Pittsburgh, and they're expecting big things from him. That throw pops up, and the aggressive defense from KPS. O-line on the field, but it came after a turnover and a timeout. Crossfield hammer, and that's caught in the end zone by Colin Camp. And the Radicals
playing at Bree Stevens, and Madison was completely unfazed. Of course, Madison came back to win the game.
I said the Radicals are on a 3-0 run. Technically that's true, but it's also a 4-0 run. Chicago led this game 8-6, and now Mechanix sending Weber, and Weber makes the play, stealing it from Pardo and dishing it for the goal. Goodness gracious, Madison.
Is from the same gene pool as Nate.
Well, Nate thinks so too. He says she's one of the individuals he looks up to, and that's why he wears number 19.
That's cool. There's Sterling Kanaki getting part of the D and then bidding in the end zone. That's Seth Meyer. The Radicals roll. Madison's offense doesn't usually try to do too many things very flashy. They just punish you with fundamental. Radicals Wildfire meeting, commentating in April of 2013. And at the time, they played a 1-goal game that day, won by the Radicals. Bigger than they've been in the past. They've added height with Akyuz and Boscher. Kyle Wiegand has brought some size and athleticism. With 4 seconds to go, Annan releases, and that's caught by Colin Camp with 0.8 seconds.
An analogy here. I think of Jonathan Nethercutt as a little bit like James Harden. Shot goes up deep.
Pardo with a good one to Trotter. I beg your pardon, that is Jahanley behind the last defender.
Well, they knew coming into this game that they had some big throwers in Kurt Gibson.
And there's the rare exception.
Yeah.
Chicago for the 12th consecutive time. to the end zone. There's another one. Anson Repperman gets in on the act, gives the Radicals a